Thanks for taking my call, Ironfist. Or should I call you Visitron?
I can't believe you've read my work, sir.
All of it. Your data logs are fast becoming the definitive Wrecker's chronology. You've done your homework.
Wreckers are a hobby of mine. I suppose I'm a bit obsessed.
But you never wanted to be a wrecker yourself.
Of course, but, they've set the bar pretty high.
And I'm sure the accident didn't help.
You know about that?
Ironfist, I have a proposition for you. Springer's putting together a new team of wreckers, but I had to overrule one of his selections. There's room on the bench for one more, weapons expert. But first, I have to ask you, just how badly do you want this?
Hold it. There's some cons between us and the cell.
How many?
Enough to make this memorable. Hold this. Stay there. Get ready to take notes. And that, my lad, is how it's done. Old school style.
Will he be pleased to see us?
Hell no. He's never pleased to see anyone. What the? It's empty.
If you're looking for Grimlock, you're wasting your time. He's long gone. Please lower your guns. I'm here to talk. Which is why you two aren't smoldering from the neck up.
Grimlock. Overlord had him killed?
Overlord kept him alive. Made him watch footage of G9 becoming one vast exit wound. He was powerless to intervene. I think it drove him mad in the end.
Well, I think you're full of it. And so does my trigger finger.
Wait! If I'm still alive by the end of this sentence, you have to listen to me! Deal?
So, Iquidus is what, exactly? A particle accelerator? A space bridge?
A supercomputer.
So, it's not alive, then? We're not here to rescue it?
No, we're here to download the contents of its hard drive.
Well, unless it contains a fully sequenced cyber genome, or the uncensored version of the Autobot code, or, let's think the unthinkable, a roadmap to peace, I'd respectfully suggest that High Command had sent us on a fool's errand.
TopSpin's right. Let's go! Once the Decepticons are inside the dome, they'll head straight for this chamber. And if we miraculously survive that, Overlord's gonna want a word with us. Whatever's on the hard drive, it's not worth it.
Why is it so big? Why are Transformers such a bunch of size queens?
It's the culpability drive. Equitas needs to be able to translate abstract concepts, motivation, accountability, mitigation, and so on into mathematical algorithms.
Alright, Science Sniper, but what's Equitas for? What does it actually do?
It calculates guilt.
Are we gonna stand around here chatting all day, or are we...
It's something to do with his branch spark. Twin Twist is in pain.
It's more than that. Whatever's happening in the Twin Twist, TopSpin's seeing it with his own eyes.
Get out. Get out of his mouth.
We need to boot up Equitas. Pyro, help me find an access terminal. Ironfist, you and Verity look after TopSpin. Vicarious perception rarely lasts more than a few moments.
So, how long before the Decepticons start banging on this door?
Try not to think about it.
Easier said than done. Come on, Ironfist, take my mind off it. Talk to me.
About what?
I don't know anything. The Wreckers. Tell me about the Wreckers.
All that stuff back there about the capability drive or whatever, it kinda lost me. What exactly are we looking at here?
This is a courtroom, and Equitas is the judge. The infallible judge.
What? Am I dead?
You wish. You went offline. You and Twin Twist. He's still out cold.
My Stalker.
Our host went to find something called an endoscopic claw. Sounds fun, right?
Can't believe you stayed online. You impervious to torture or something?
No, I just got used to it.
Look, for what it's worth, I thought they'd send you to the rehab institute. Or one of the open prisons.
After your testimony, they plugged you into an Equatus, and the first thing you said was, I saw him do it. The Decepticons tried for hundreds of years to rip the Wreckers apart. You managed it in 5 words.
If you knew you'd be a target in G9, why didn't you opt for spark extraction?
Because unless you're threat level 9, you only get that choice if you accept what you did was wrong.
You mean you still don't? Look, I hate myself for reporting you to High Command. But if you still can't understand why I did it, no wonder you detest me.
I never said I detest you.
I want to forgive you, Impactor. Hell, I want to forgive myself. But I can't do either until you realize that what you did violated every tenet of the Autobot code.
How can you argue at a time like this?
That's funny, Autobot. I was asking myself the same thing. Now, I really think it's time that one of you died.
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And the Wreckers are no exception. Squadron X were the Wreckers gone wrong. A gang of Decepticon brutalists who left a trail of atrocities in their wake. Impactor was obsessed with tracking them down. It all came to a head on planet Pova, in the Redan Quadrant. While Broadside, Sandstorm, and Whirl fought in the sky, the other Wreckers were pinned down in the trenches. A cluster bomb had left Springer trapped between a collapsing barricade. Squadron X were moving in for a double kill, knowing Impactor wouldn't abandon his first officer. Springer had other ideas.
Go! For being in your way, you can't get a clear shot. You can't fight back!
Not your fault, kid! I'm the one who got us into this mess!
And made a rather unconventional proposal.
Blast for my midsection! It'll get you the scope you need to fire at them!
I've heard some crazy things in my time, but...
I'm serious! I'll engage my circuit dampeners. I won't feel a thing!
So, Impactor reluctantly did as he was told.
Wreck and rule!
Never underestimate the element of surprise. Impactor's act of retaliation won them a few extra seconds, and when Roadbuster and Rack and Ruin appeared, the tide turned decisively in the Wreckers' favor. The party was over, and all that was left was the tidying up.
We're making Squadron X comfortable. Following him with the harnesses all around, just to be on the safe side.
Prowl! This is your favorite loose cannon requesting a V-class containment vessel. Put 8 kegs of energon and a hero's welcome on ice. We're coming home.
Impactor! They're loose!
No. It ends here. Now.
The story of the Wreckers and Squadron X was never going to end in handcuffs and a custodial sentence. No. This particular score could only ever be settled by direct confrontation. This was always about opposite forces, about darkness and light. And when all was said and done, good will always triumph over evil. That story epitomizes everything I admire, everything I love about the Wreckers.
All of you over here now.
We have a problem.
What? Is Equitas password protected or something?
Essentially, yes. And without G9's command crew, the only way to activate it is by spark donation.
Meaning?
Meaning someone has to die to switch it on.
Fine. So we force feed it a Decepticon.
No. Aequitas is fitted with an anti-coercion device. A suicide lock. Someone has to offer up their spark willingly. Not me, sadly. Only I can operate Aequitas itself.
And we can't ask TopSpin. No point in 2 people dying needlessly.
Which just leaves you, Pyro, and...
Me. It was never going to be Perceptor, was it? Or Springer, or Impactor, or Cup. They were here. No. It was always going to be one of us. The second stringers.
Yeah, just because we're not famous, not arc-worthy, one of us has to bite the bullet? Well, I'm sorry, but this isn't how I'm supposed to die. I'm supposed to go out in a blaze of glory, sacrificing myself to save a planet's worth of innocence. Yeah, the grand finale to a life well lived. Guns blazing, jaw-jutting, outpaced by by a 15-kiloton explosion. And Prime's there, and he is awestruck. And then, too late, he gets it. Me and him, we're the same. We're the very same. No more! Please, no more! It's just, when Prime risks his life, it's to close a space-time rift, or to prevent the Black Puck, or to keep the dead universe at bay. But me, I'm supposed to die switching on a computer? I'm supposed to give up my spark for that? No way. Sorry, Ironfist, but I won't do it, because that's not how wreckers should die.
Hey! He's a wrecker too!
In theory, maybe, but not in practice. He spent his whole life in a workshop. I've done great things.
You're no Prime. Hell, you're barely an Autobot. He is. Even if he's not lived the life you have.
He has a name! And a voice of his own!
Then use it! Ironfist, speak! Take the stand! Whatever it is you want to say, this could be your last chance to say it!
It's just that Extract from Physitron's autobiography. Unpublished. I'm a 12th generation pre-war Autobot, constructed cold in 5th cycle 522. I have a phobia of rust. I saw my first Decepticon badge 3 days before Zeta Prime was assassinated. I fought my first campaign in the Manganese Mountains, where I spoke to Optimus Prime for the first and last time. He mistook me for someone else. I took my first life before the war broke out, and my second the day Megatron switched on the Nightmare engine. And I'm personally responsible for thousands more deaths because of the weapons I've created. Weapons like liquid shrapnel, and Gideon's glue, and cold phosphex. Over the years, my 11 closest friends have been killed, and with each death, the pain has taken a little less time to fade. And I hate the Decepticons more for that than anything else. And I would do anything, to live my life again. No, it's nothing. Pyro's right. I'm ready. I didn't think I was, but I am. Thank you. But I'm done.
Enough is enough. Let me put us both out of our misery. Because if we're gonna die, bro...
Scanning for acquisitions. Confirmed. Initializing Spark donation protocol. Thank you, donor designated. TopSpin.
Then let's at least do it with some semblance of dignity.
Till all are one.
Wreck and rule.
What the hell happened? I was just starting to get into that.
I think we just witnessed an assisted suicide.
Alright then. So, who's for Twintwit's portion of sadism?
As I suspected, Aequitas is connected to all of G9's surveillance cameras.
Look! There's Impactor! What's that Decepticon doing to him? And what about those Decepticons there? Where's that?
That, Ironfist, would be the door.
It'll hold. Ironfist, plug this in. I'm going to download everything into your brain for safekeeping. Then wipe the hard drive.
Why me? Will it hurt?
Very much. Now get ready. Opening neural pathways. And... transfer.
I was gonna save you till last, but I just can't seem to help myself.
I take it all back, Snare. Looks like you were right on the money.
Traitor!
Ah!
Traitor! Traitor! Traitor!
Springer, you sprung. Take that con off rant mode, will ya?
My pleasure. I know just where to find the off switch!
You sacrificed yourself for us. Why?
Overlord, play makes you free, he said to us at the beginning. Turns out, we were all playing his game. Was the pit fights that did it in the end. After 12 wins, Overlord gave fighters a choice: fight him or commit suicide. You tell me, what's the difference? G9, this whole horror show is Overlord's attempt to answer one question. What does it take to get Megatron to intervene?
Megatron?
The fight Overlord's always wanted, but only on his own terms.
We'll move you somewhere safe.
No time. Just kill me quickly before he gets here. Please. At least I know my death has...
Okay.
Now, what was that Decepticon saying about Overlord being in this...
Ready?
Ready.
I know everything. And it's a lie. Everything we've been told is a lie.
Come on, Ironfist. Now's not the time to take a turn for the obtuse. The enemy is literally at the gates.
Not if I use Equitas to detonate the deterrence chips. Every ex-prisoner, including the ones outside that door, has one in their head. They'd be killed instantly.
But Impactor's an ex-prisoner. You'd kill him too.
I put it to a vote. Do I press the button, yes or no? Pyro?
No, not Impact.
I vote yes. 1-0.
Well, I'm with Pyro. I think you're...
This is for us to decide. The casting vote is Ironfist's.
Ha! You're asking Impactor's biggest fan to kill him off?
Everything's changed, Verity. Everything. Knowing what I know now, I say, do it.